Dad, can you pass the Hello Wisconsin planting test?
Arlena is back this morning. We're focusing on the garden. She has advice for your green thumb and a little quiz to help wake you up. Keep it right here. 20 minutes past the hour. Temperatures are warming up. Hopefully we can get into the garden pretty soon if you haven't already. This morning we're getting a little advice on planting. Thanks to the one and only Arlena Schott from Garden Wise Living with Arlena. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
All right, I don't like being tested on my own show, Arlena, but I guess we're going to try to see what we can do here. You have a quiz for us.
I do have a quiz for you, and you folks at home can take the quiz as well. First of all, we're going to, knowing that it's early in the season,
yes, it is.
Right? But still, we only have maybe, 3 months, 4 months before we could frost. So we have 90 days or 100.
The way 2019's been going, it'll probably happen sooner than we want.
So the idea here is, do we, at this stage of the game, if we're going to plant our garden, you haven't started early, do we plant seeds or do we plant plants?
Transplanted, okay.
Correct? So we'll start here first with onions on the end.
With onions, I'm going to guess you transplant those. Nope, I changed my mind. I think you should do the seed. Put the seed in there and put that and sow it.
Ding, 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 wrong.
No?
First of all, well, actually, you're not wrong.
Okay.
You could do seed for your little green onions. That would be great because they're only like 65 days or 42 days, 68
and they'll be ready
days,
to
something
go.
like
All
that.
right.
Yes. But for the larger onions, it's preferable this time of year to either use a bulb, which is not considered a seed because there is a tiny seed for onions, but those take longer. So to get from seed to this point, this time of year is best to use the bulb or the transplant.
Good to know. My wife puts these in vinegar and eats them. Isn't that gross?
Yeah, no, yummy.
Let's move on. What do we got? What's next?
How about radishes?
Radishes?
Seed or plants?
Seed.
Ding, ding.
All right, there we go. 1 for 2.
You kind of got the onions right.
What's the length that it takes these?
They're only 52 days.
Oh, okay.
From start of germination to production, they're 42 to 52 days, depending on the variety that you get.
Okay.
And on the back of your seed packets will tell that. So if you want to look at those first.
Okay.
Lettuce. Seed or plant?
Seed.
Definitely seed.
Yeah, I've grown lettuce before and spinach.
Yes.
So.
And there are plants that are offered, and sometimes it's fun to get a few things and put them in a pot, but mostly from seed because it's very quick, 46 to 52 days.
All right.
So that's quick. Peas, seed or plant?
Plant.
Oh, wrong.
Oh, come on.
You're wrong. First of all, peas tend to damp off if you start those from seed in a container and try to transplant them. Use plants do. So use seed this time.
They're a couple months.
They're quick. No. These are sugar pods. So 48 to 52 days, somewhere in there. Look at the back of your seed packet.
What's next?
Yeah, whatever. Let's get up here to horseradish.
Horseradish.
Which you said you were going to sample.
Yeah, right. I don't think so.
Get right on it.
Well, this looks like it's a seed.
It looks. Ding dong. Should we have gotten a sound effect? This is by plant.
Okay.
And it's actually a big root. So all you'll need to do is have a piece of it, drop it in the soil, and it will start.
That's nice.
And then you harvest the following.
Okay, we're running out of time.
Potatoes.
What do we got next?
Potatoes.
Seed.
Awesome. We're going to do seed potatoes on those guys.
3 out of 6.
Cucumbers.
Cucumbers. Let's go seed.
Yes. Winner, chicken dinner.
We've only had 1 transplant so far, I guess, except for the onion.
Okay, bell peppers.
Plant.
Definitely plant this time of year. They take up to 75 days.
Kind of like a tomato, too, right?
Correct. And there is a tomato down there, so yes, he wins again. Tomato is plant because the time that it takes to germinate and make. It's too short for our area.
Those are 2 good things you get at the farmer's market, too.
Yes, they are. And our markets are on Fridays. Yes. Carrots.
Seed.
Definitely seed.
They're
They're
fun.
quick.
I like
They're 52 days, 40 days, depending on your variety.
Yes.
Right. Okay, rhubarb.
That has to be a plant.
Definitely another root plant. Start ahead, think about it, grab it, throw it in the ground, and harvest it in a couple years. How about asparagus? Seed or plant?
I don't know. Plant?
I know. Yes.
Okay.
But definitely, this is either a transplant plant or there are roots offered, and those are inside the pot.
Yeah, and the roots. Justice Cleveland, Sports Director Justice Cleveland, just brought some in and offered them to some of the people here at WEAU.
Awesome. They're long and weird, aren't they?
He's helping us out. Yeah, he is.
Okay, so we're going to take you on a tea party. This is some of my home brew, and this was a question.
Okay.
Have you ever used manure tea? Yeah, manure tea. It is steeped.
Is that
like
real?
this. It's real. It's come.
What's in manure tea?
Manure. It's in this bag right here. And this is my good friend Annie Haven from Authentic Haven Brand Manure Tea.
This is disgusting.
I grew up with manure tea, and there are no seeds in it. So what you do is
drink that, right?
No. Your plants, you have a tea party for your plants with your manure tea. I grew up with manure tea.
Okay.
It's a great way to help start transplants. Yes, the question was, have you used manure tea?
Pour that
Yes,
over
I
the
have.
plants and it'll help
It's
them all
awesome.
come up.
Okay,
All right.
another question from Facebook. We're moving on here.
Yep, this is it. Then we gotta go to
then
break.
we gotta go. Okay, we received all these beautiful plants that were forced for Mother's Day. These are not ahead of time.
It's too early in the season.
It's too
for
early
the bloom,
for
right?
these.
Okay.
They were forced. What's going to happen to them? First of all, they're going to let them bloom out completely. Plant them obviously in the ground. Let them bloom out completely. Snip them off. They'll live throughout the summer and hopefully maybe give you. Oh, of course they will.
Okay.
And then, and then maybe they'll give you another fall bloom.
Okay. So, but snipping them—that's the key. Again.
After when they're getting them in the ground, let them bloom out. Snip them off after they're done blooming, and then maybe they'll give you another fall blossom. But they'll come back next year.
Arlena, our gardens will be ready.
Yay.
We appreciate
We are
all
ready.
the advice today,
Thank
so
you.
thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
For those of you keeping track at home, I think I was 7 out of 10.
He did. He won.
C's get degrees. We'll be right back.